Hello everybody, welcome to Red Sky City. I'm Tormented by Gnomes. Joining me, as always, is our fantastic cast. We've got Bren, Golden Boy, Seltzer, and Sideshow. Tonight is the first part of our Phase 2 finale. So if you can take a break for a moment, look away from your portfolios, stop watching the first corporate war breaking out before our very eyes. We'd love you to join us on some Cyberpunk adventures. Alex, Josh, how you guys doing? Welcome back.
I'm doing great.
Can you hear me?
Queue. I queue 2 people. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, your voice is omniscient.
Yeah, omniscient? That is a weird word to describe a voice.
If a voice is omniscient, it's booming. It's present, you know?
Okay.
You got
all
I mean,
right.
that isn't exactly what the word means.
It's not what the word means, but if you want to use it like that.
Well, omniscient means all-knowing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hard for a voice to be all-knowing.
I associate it with the word of God. And that's what your voice is coming through into my skull like the reverberations of God.
That's actually what I've been going for with my esports brand over the last couple of years. I want people to associate me with almighty power.
Oh, okay.
When I die, I want religions to spring up around me.
Oh, that's my food.
Are you there, God? It's me, Bren's food.
Hello? Yeah, I must attend to one of my subjects.
I'll grab it.
Well, I was going to check in with Alex while you stepped away, but that's all good. Welcome back, Alex. I'm going to bring... Actually, you know what? Since Jerax was with us last week, why don't I launch into a brief recap for you two? So, in our last episode, Natalie and Jerax and the Frizz met a contact by the docks who has a speedboat that can get you all out to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is where this floating Arasaka, except it's a shell company, boat is located. This is the same cargo ship that Ichiro and the other people who you believe to be soul killed, who are in your bunker, used to get to Night City. You have reason to believe that it contains valuable research into Soul Killer and AI. And you've got its coordinates from Mr. Kernigan, especially after doing a few different jobs. You know it's in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So while Jerax, Natalie, and the Frizz, who will be coming with you, won't be with us this week, but should be with us next week, we're securing transport, Jim and the Monarch were doing some preparation of their own. Your target is 1,000 miles away off the coast of California, in the middle of a gigantic sargasso of plastic and shipwrecks and ship-seeking mines and dolphins that may or may not have cybernetic lasers installed in their heads. It's scary stuff.
Okay.
We are going to fast forward to the moment that you all pull up alongside the ship in the middle of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. During last week's episode, the Monarch and Jim, one, had the opportunity to spend some of the money they made from the Red Chrome cargo heist on gear that you may need for this operation. And two, Jim spent some time talking with Mr. Kernigan about the new order he's trying to set up in the combat zone, making friends, shaking hands, kissing babies, that sort of stuff. So you'll be able to advance your plans assuming you don't die horribly. Before we take ourselves into the middle of the oil-slicked, AI-haunted Pacific Ocean, what would Jim and the Monarch like to pick up for their little adventure, if any?
My God. I mean,
Lord Almighty.
This is a loaded question, dude.
To talk to Jerax and Natalie, because they've already done some shopping and some stuff happened, which I'm sure they'd be happy to fill you in on. So they can bring you up to speed on what they may have acquired, so you can fill out the rest of your shopping list, and we can go
Yes,
pick
please.
up some old secrets.
Yes, please.
You want to know what I bought?
I want to know everything you bought.
Jerax is eating.
What, sorry?
Jerax is
Is he eating?
He's not taking any questions at this time.
Right, okay. Well, could Jerax hurry the heck up? And then I'd love to know what Jerax bought.
Have you booked this meeting in advance?
In what sense do I need to book a meeting with a lifelong friend, Jerax?
This guy's serious right now.
You want to know what I got?
What a menace to society.
Jerax, I've checked your schedule, and it does not look like Jim Fingers booked an appointment.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You haven't booked an appointment there, Jerax. Why don't you book one with us, you asshole?
What do you mean? No, you're supposed to. No, that's not how this works. Anyway, okay. I suppose I could take some time out of my busy lunch schedule. I've got kibble disguised as Mediterranean food. Don't know what flavor it is yet. It's like a mystery. It's a mystery box.
Mystery flavored kibble.
Yeah, what I purchased. I had a bit of trouble getting it. A gun that shoots microwaves. A scuba diving suit. And I'm trying to think of what else I got. I got something else.
You got a scuba diving suit and what else?
I definitely got something else, but I can't remember what it is at the moment.
You're killing me right now.
Because I didn't record it in my character sheet.
That is unlucky because I also did not record it because that was not my responsibility.
Well, guess you didn't buy anything then.
Wait, no. It was in. No. I did.
Don't think you bought anything.
I did. I'm telling you. Wait. Yep. No. No. Never mind. I'm lost.
So you
a
bought
microwave gun,
suit.
a scuba diving suit.
It was the suit that would protect your deck, or did Frizz buy that?
No, that was Miss Frizz. Yeah, I just okay. I know. I remember what it was now. It was reloady fuel for the grapple gun, and that was it. That's all I purchased. Didn't make any extravagant purchases. Yeah.
Is that the official title of it? Reloady fuel.
Well, if you're gonna buy the brand name stuff, then yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I only want the best.
That's
When we're
what
on missions.
What do we need the scuba suit for? Can we just get a boat? I'm trying to swim.
We may be diving. There may be some sections of the boat that are submerged in water. We may be diving.
You've
We'll
got to be.
I would recommend. Yeah, I would recommend a scuba suit.
Natalie, by the way, is wearing now a giant backpack and is holding onto the straps and is just waiting for you to ask her what she bought.
All right, Natalie, what did you buy?
Okay, check it out. And she whips around, and then Jonah's right there. And even though he's blindfolded, he knows right where the zipper is. And he unzips the back of the backpack, and in it are all these little foam compartments with different grenades that have labels and pictures and instructions on how to use each of them. So I've got. Oh, I didn't buy any of your smoke grenades, but we definitely got explodey grenades, 2 EMP grenades, and what are these other ones? Incendiary?
Oh, okay. Because we're by water, so I'm sure that incendiary grenade would really work out.
I've got a question for you, Monarch.
Yeah,
go for it.
The shopping list you gave us, you asked for tear gas.
Yes.
Why?
Because we have the masks. We throw the tear gas in. They can't see. We then push forward and we shoot them in the face.
Who is shooting in the face?
Who can't see?
I don't know. Whatever's there. Okay.
The humans we're going to be fighting on the ship.
Are you going to
discriminate people according to Monarch?
Why did you say humans? Why did you say humans?
Because
there's only one type of thing that lives. It's humans. No.
Listen, the what?
It makes sense to me. Okay.
Are we in the bunker? Because I would like to dramatically gesture in the direction of Ichiro.
Yeah, this is what we shall be expecting is robots with people minds in them.
What if me? Oh, that thing's weird. What if people are there and then also fish pirates? Has anyone considered the idea that fish pirates or sharks could with laser beams attached to their heads could be a thing? Has anyone thought about that? Anybody?
Actually,
I was thinking about that.
The point I was getting to was that we actually didn't buy the tear gas grenades because we thought it was pointless. And I was just trying to let you down gently.
Well, breaks my heart. I step away for a little while, go hang out with Booger, chill with Chethathan. And
I do have a microwave gun though, and I think you would be the best suited for it.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take a microwave gun. No, actually, I don't think
Jonah would.
Yeah, I don't think I should hold a microwave gun. I would rather shoot and kill, if that makes sense.
I mean, it kills robots.
Microwaves kill.
Bullets kill too.
True.
Boys,
It all-
boys,
I mean,
boys. All of
it
the
all works.
projectiles and radioactive waves that you have at your disposal will kill. I'm confident. We have to think about the exact type of enemy, which is why we're having the tear gas discussion, Alex, which is we want to prepare you. I don't think robots or dolphins are going to cry much, but there are other
Well,
ways.
Well, Oro was into some weird anime stuff, and those robots were crying, and there was sexual activities, and it was wild. All right, I don't know what the kids like these days, and even though me and him were the same age, he was a weirdo. All right. All I know is I'm gonna need a long vacation after this is done because you people stress me out. So do I just need to buy a wetsuit? Is that what I need to buy? Or the scuba diving suit?
I mean, you can buy whatever you want. I'm not forcing you to buy a scuba diving suit. I'm just saying
Not the question
there
I
may be
asked
some. Well, you're an adult, aren't you?
you. I don't care about that. I'm trying to get the mission done. All right. Do I need a scuba diving suit? Yes or no, Jerax?
Maybe. I don't
Fucking
know.
God, okay.
I'm
You know what,
just
then
coming prepared.
How many
diving
scuba scoots do we have? Was it only you that bought one?
Scuba scoots.
Scuba scoots. How many scuba scoots? Listen, you heard me the first time. How many scuba scoots do we have?
I don't know. Did you buy one,
I
Natalie?
bought one. Yeah.
Did Jonah buy one?
Natalie looks at Jonah. Does Jonah have his own money? Yeah, right?
Most of my budget comes out of your budget, ma'am.
Well, then we absolutely bought you a suit, Jonah. In fact, ours match.
Even
yes.
better.
How much?
Deduct 100 eddies for that, please.
We
Each?
all have our own scuba suits.
All right, I'm buying a scuba suit, deducting 100 eddies.
Yep.
Okay.
Scuba
Okay.
suit's been bought.
I
And
will.
harpoons as well.
That's
did
what
you
I
have
was about to
harpoons?
suggest. I was about to suggest harpoons. Do we have any weapons that actually work underwater?
The grapple guns, maybe.
The grapple guns are not a weapon.
Natalie would like. Disagree.
It could be.
No, they are simply not a weapon.
Well, no, but here's the thing. Underwater, are we going to be encountering much? Now, there was tails. I don't mean to scare you here, Monarch, because I know you don't like the sea, but there are tales that the corporations may have trained dolphins with chainsaws on their heads to attack
What?
anything under the sea. Yeah, there's tales of this. I didn't know this was a thing, but it's recent information for me.
And you want to harpoon them to us?
Yeah, I heard that too.
I don't want to. No, but I'm
not
just.
to
You need
us.
a means to kill. You need a means to dispose of them. You know, as intelligent as dolphins are, it would be a crime, I think, personally, to dispose of them. But if they're coming at you with a chainsaw, you got to do what you got to do. So I would suggest maybe getting some means of destroying things underwater. A scuba suit would be quite nice. Scuba scoot, if you've got one. If you're gonna
Yeah,
afford one.
I just got one, and I'll get a harpoon. I swear it, I'm gonna need therapy.
And anything else you might want, honestly, because as I said before, you're an adult. I'm not going to shop for you.
You see, I don't like the way you're talking. You're talking like I'm an idiot. Okay, you're talking to me.
Listen,
and-
you've interrupted me during lunch, and you didn't set up a meeting.
You're like 70% robot. Why are you even eating?
You didn't set up a meeting. So this is what I'm giving you. Okay, you can go do your own thing now.
Oh God. All right, how much is a harpoon gun?
100 eddies.
I will get a harpoon gun begrudgingly. Let me see.
It has a clip of 8 arrows, or harpoons, rather. You can get more of those if you want, for 10 eddies each. There's also a variety of different types of harpoons you can get, of course. Armor piercing, basic, biotoxin, a few others.
And all those are 10 eddies each?
Oh, no, only the basic ones are 10 eddies for a pack of 8.
How much
Everything
are the armor
else is-
piercing?
100.
100. And how many do I get of that? Just one?
8.
I get 8. Wonderful.
You get a clip
I'll do
of
that.
8. All right.
Are you guys giving Jonah the microwave gun? Because if not, I'm gonna buy him a harpoon too. Oh, okay, he's got it.
The damage on that weapon, by the way, I believe is 4d6. You're correct.
I'm muted on VMix. Not anymore.
Is pistol
But
different
yes.
than handgun?
Pistol is handgun. That is correct.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I think I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, and out of game, how much XP do we have?
How much did I hand out at the end of last session? Let me see if I can find that. It was probably 40.
40. So that'll put me up
Mhm.
to 66.
Yeah, everybody take 40 improvement points. I don't know if I actually passed that out last time, but you get 40 improvement points.
Excellent.
Jim, do you have any prep that you want to do before you head out to the Hakudo Maru?
I mean, I feel like it's less prep and more information gathering is what we need. How can you prep for something that you don't know what you're facing? It could be anything from robots to sharks with chainsaws on their head and anything in between. I mean, the information I'm
Okay.
getting from the rest of the crew here is nonsense. I feel like no one's constructed a proper reconnaissance mission in the slightest. But then you can't go and see the area itself anyway. So
Right.
so what I'm trying to think is, we kind of this was something that nobody really knew about. So I'm struggling to think of someone that I could use to get in touch with that would be able to give me any info that we don't already have. It's almost like we are the specialists when it comes to this
Kind of
place.
are.
Yeah.
Kind of are. The only people who might possibly know anything are members of Hanako Arasaka's faction. And you don't, I mean, that you don't really have a lot of reach over there with those folk.
Yeah. So what I'm struggling with here is, what do we even possibly prep for? I think the prep work I would do in terms of finding stuff or buying stuff would be in order to actually make use of whatever we find when we're there. I mean, we're looking for information, but if we don't find, I mean, we don't even know what we're going to find when we're there. So,
Well,
like,
what do you guys know about this place so far?
good question.
Tripping.lav.
We know that it's on a ship that has been separated from the shipping system that used to run it, and so there's an AI that lives on the ship that is maybe making decisions or maybe powered down. But it's kind of just been cruising around in this garbage patch, like AI alive style. Maybe doesn't even know the war's over.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
a
little bit of background on the data crash. Most shipping was automated. It relied on GPS satellites, but again, you didn't really have a normal pilot, crew, captain, etc. These gigantic cargo ships would just be self-piloted by AI. But the net died. It's one of the key events in the past of Cyberpunk Red. The net died. It was devoured by viruses unleashed by Raish Bartmoss. And so those viruses got into almost everything. They destroyed almost the entire network, internet. They devoured, moved in, corrupted, spread themselves through every single system that they had access to. It was like a gray goo event, but digital. These rabbits viruses would just sort of replicate, attack things, spread through every single system that they could. And those rabbits viruses themselves constitute a limited AI. They're all AI clones of Rash Bartmoss, who is this legendary netrunner and agent of chaos. So these viruses infected almost everything, and any netrunner who they came across, they just destroyed their brain, just burned them out, took over the whole internet, ran rampant. Other AIs that they encountered, they either absorbed and assimilated, or they set them loose. They freed them from whatever their programming was and just let them run around the internet. That's why NetWatch shut down the old net. That's why everything is limited to local data pools on these air-gapped systems that are not connected to the World Wide Web. Every piece of machinery and server that could be separated from the web was manually separated. So GPS satellites, kind of only sort of a thing right now. And those viruses got into every single system that they possibly could. So either this ship, its AI was infected by the rabbit's virus, so it's just a wretched hive of this virus running around in it. Or if it survived, it was left alone. It's like having, an Amazon Echo without a connection to the internet at all. Where it's just basically a box, right? With limited programming. So that is what you could expect on a normal cargo ship. Also, the Fourth Corporate War started out as a naval shipping war. It was between two shipping companies, and then it escalated till Arasaka and Militech got involved. So a lot of the technology involved was based on interrupting shipping, controlling shipping lanes, automated submarines, anti-ship mines, cybernetically enhanced orcas and dolphins with chainsaws on their heads, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Again, those are ambient hazards. Those are the things that Father Graceland shared, because Father Graceland is from a seafaring nomad pack and so knows about these things, whereas most of you folks are largely landlubbers. But that's just, oh, you want to go into the ocean? Here's what's going on out there. Here's what's going on in the wide world. This ship has its own stuff going on, and you still have limited information about this particular ship.
Right.
But the one thing Miss Frizz provided for us was she copied the IDs of the Arasaka employees that were in our bunker, and I think we also have their uniforms as well, so that might be helpful.
Correct.
Where?
But it's still very
Joe.
exploratory. It's not
Yeah.
like we have a clear task. It's about exploring and seeing what we find when we're on there.
I mean, there's
We're gonna
probably
go to
going to
Alex
be.
in a moment. Jim, you specifically, one thing you mentioned a few episodes ago was that this could be an ace in the hole. There could be information, secrets, technology on this ship
Yeah.
that would give your team a one-up over the conspiracy, since apparently nobody knows about this place. Ren and
Yeah.
Alex both had something they wanted.
I just wanted to say I bought binoculars for 50 eddies, and I'm at 450 now.
Good show. Did you take your 2,000 eddies payday from the Red Chrome heist?
No, I didn't. I only had 800 on me.
Yeah.
Get
All
out
got
of town.
paid.
That changes my life. Hold on a second. Wow.
Stonks.
It's like stonks, bro. It stonks, bro. And not only have I had a great day on my portfolio, but I'm having a great day here too. All right, hold on. Let me look around. I just got to do some more shopping real fast. So don't mind me. Don't mind me.
I was going to say that, yeah, we don't know what's on the ship. And we're just going to be digging for information. I have a goal. Jerax has a goal.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I'm just
Does
going
it-
to make sure you guys don't die.
Does a crossbow work underwater?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
I would
with
say
yes.
so.
Yes.
Yeah, because most guns do not, and a bow and arrow would not, but a crossbow, yes?
I'd say yes. A dart gun should have similar stats, but it uses a different skill. You use crossbows with the bow's skill rather than the handgun skill. So you've been ranking up in that and not telling me. Well played.
I did not see this coming. I didn't
where
really
do you guys
think that
see
I would
dart
have
gun?
to. I'm
Where's
not
the
seeing a
dart
dart
gun?
gun. I see crossbow.
Yeah, the dart gun is in the rule book. I don't know if I put it into Roll20 for you guys, but it runs 100 did I say 100? Yeah, I think it's 100 eddies.
Well,
yeah, it's
I got
100
a lot of
eddies.
money.
It works underwater and it uses the handgun skill.
Well, I got a dart gun now. So, because I'm not trying to die. All right? Not trying to die.
Mhm.
So,
Let me, unless somebody else had something, let me lay down a few other things you know about this ship. It was owned by Hitachi Shipping, which was a shell company that was under the control of Hanako Arasaka, who appears in Cyberpunk 2077, by the way. She is one of Saburo Arasaka's children. She runs one of the three major factions within Arasaka. They're sort of the loyalist faction that's still loyal to Saburo after the Fourth Corporate War. She's seen as something of a moderate, and she was pulled into the public eye reluctantly. Most of her passion is for net running and for programming. That's what she actually would like to do with her time if she could. You have linked her to the Arasaka employees you found in your basement, who you suspect but have not confirmed have all been soul killed, because they had toe tags that said soul killer volunteer.
Mm. Mm.
Say about it.
I think. All right. Here's a couple of things that I think I would stock up on then. Well, I'm thinking more about kind of the job itself here. I'm wondering because we have a speedboat. Did you say to be able to get out there?
Father Graceland, the Nomad, is going to transport you out on a speedboat.
Yeah.
And we're going to, after you're done shopping, we're going to cut to you guys pulling up alongside the ship.
Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking is we're gonna want some floats so that we can, if we're trying to transport things that are not, we can't transport them from the bottom. We don't have any kind of winching gear or anything. We're gonna need some pretty serviceable floats to be able to, I don't know, drag them behind us if there's anything important technologically wise, or or to at least scavenge and then take back with us. So I think some kind of flotations are going to be important here. I think a communications scrambler is going to be important as well, just in case there's an issue with anybody that's paying attention to this for whatever reason. And I think, yeah, I think those are the most important things, actually.
Okay. There's no pricing for a float. A speedboat is 30,000. A jet ski is 20,000. I feel like depending on your cargo capacity, it shouldn't be more than like 1,000 eddies for a nice big raft that can carry a good amount of cargo.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for like a pretty big size one. So go ahead and drop as many of those as you'd like.
All right. Well, I only have 1,000, so I'll go for that.
I could drop 500 for you, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. No
Natalie
problem.
takes
I just
out
have
her
to figure out
wallet.
how to do math real fast, and then once I do that, we out here. So
She carefully counts out some bills and puts. You have 500 from me too.
yeah, just going
So
through.
there
it.
is an item called a scrambler/descrambler. What it's designed to do is deal with the problem you guys always have of worrying that somebody's tapping into your comms. Let me see if there's a jammer. I bet that's what it would be called.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm after. A jammer, really. Although a scrambler would also be useful. A scrambler and a jammer. They would both be useful.
All right, I don't see. You know what? I'm just going to say it's a similar price for both. 500 eddies for a device that will encrypt your communications. Each person using it needs one of those devices. But also 500 eddies for a local comm scrambler. That'll just, block cell phone transmission and that.
Okay. All right. Well, I will buy one of each of those, and I will tell the others that they should probably buy a scrambler as well.
Am I buying a scrambler for decrypting? Like what?
If you get a scrambler, you can tie it into your comms or your cell phone, and that way you can talk to somebody else who has one, and your communications will be encrypted. It won't be intercepted.
Okay. Yeah, that's 500 eddies. Yeah.
It seems like 500 eddies wasted. You guys are normally really good at coming up with codes in the field.
That's what I was going to say.
I put the money in.
Yeah, me too.
Put it in. Tom Scrambler.
Nope.
All right. I think it's
team?
time to bounce out then. We ready?
Natalie's got her backpack on by the door.
As ready as we'll ever be.
I am born ready.
Yeah, you're a robot. It doesn't really matter.
Actually, do I have to waterproof my cybernetics?
The rules do not specifically say that you do.
Sure, there are many campaigns that take place in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Was that not why they had to get the special bodysuit?
Yeah, I think that that's why the Frizz got the net running deck, the bodysuit for net running, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think that most of your cyberware can survive immersion in water. I mean,
you shower.
Cyberware,
right?
Yeah, cyberware replaces human body parts. Human body parts can sustain water. So I'm gonna say yes.
I've just realized as well, I would also like to purchase a satellite phone I'm assuming that we're going out far enough that we wouldn't actually be able to use the normal communications devices that we use when we're like our agents are not going to work
Mm-hmm.
because we're not in the city. Am I correct in that assumption?
You are correct.
Yeah, so I would definitely like to purchase some kind of satellite phone in case things go very wrong. We get dumped by the Nomad and we're just drifting out into the ocean for the rest of eternity.
That's probably smart.
Natalie whispers, I'm so glad Jim's back.
Yeah.
Jerax and I trying to shop was not productive.
Well,
Looking up agents, it turns out your agent keeps track of local fashion trends, and if you follow its recommendations, it gives you a +2 to your wardrobe and style skill.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, so one of the things you have to swipe on your notifications constantly is it giving you like a 3D model of your body with the latest for whatever,
If you're trying to get more attention from people at clubs, you should consider the latest in this wear. If you're trying to look dangerous and unapproachable, try black leather and spikes. That works for multiple demographics, actually.
I have not been following its recommendations.
I've noticed.
I'll send you guys the list of things your agent can do for you. Give me 200 eddies, and we can patch in a satellite on that.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Anything else, team?
No, I'm ready to head out.
Cool.
I'm ready.
You mount up in the speedboat. Father Graceland plugs in the neural jack into the device and just plays the guitar as you roll along out into the Pacific Ocean. Oil slicks and wreckage and debris, and not a fish to be seen for hundreds of miles. It's going to be a 16-hour journey just speeding over the ocean out into the middle of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. As you get closer to it, the ship starts to bump into old pieces, floating water bottles. Wasn't there like a cargo container full of rubber ducks or something that spilled and they washed up on foreign shores for years and years? Yeah. Enormous
Sounds right.
rubber ducks, broken, just tons and tons of skeletal sea turtles caught in those 6-ring plastic wrappers. Snip those things, folks. Wrecked ships, sunken ships, and just the garbage of years and years of consumer culture, followed by a large number of devastating wars. The ship has to move extremely slow. This smell wafts off of this miles and miles wide sea of floating rubbish. And beneath the ship's hull, that rubbish goes all the way down to the sea floor as objects of different levels of buoyancy float and are carried by the ocean currents up and down. The water is gritty from millions and millions of tons of those little plastic beads that you sometimes used to find in your face wash. Those things end up in the ocean. They're all caught here as well. It is foul, it is smelly, and there is not a seagull to be seen for miles and miles around. What
Do
time?
people? I have a quick question. Do people live on this?
Not voluntarily, though there are probably nomads who scavenge off of it and do salvage operations off of it. There could be a few different communities down there. There are rumors that some of the underwater labs from before the Fourth Corporate War are still down there, and people still live there in near total isolation.
The sea labs?
Like Fallout?
Yes. They would have been down there for the last, at least 24 years. Fortunately, your guide, Father Graceland, thank you, Jay Gray, for joining us last week, is exceptionally good at what he does, and he pulls you up alongside the vessel, which it takes a little bit of searching, but the coordinates that Mr. Kernigan gave you pay off. Soon, you can see the outline of the hull of this massive ship. It's got to be over 1,000 feet long. It is listing slightly to one side. It's been drifting out here for 2 decades, just sloshing around with the trash. The cargo containers have rolled off of it and fallen into the water to sink to the below, but some of them are still up top and attached. Your speedboat is dwarfed by this hulking, rusting leviathan. It is eerily silent except for the gentle waves of the water and the sound of garbage rubbing up against itself and bumping against the hull of your ship. What would you like to do? And how are you equipped?
How tall is this boat?
Oh, let's see. 1,300 feet from left to right. 21 stories tall.
Oh,
From the engine room.
stories?
Yeah. Have you ever lived in a port town in real life?
No.
Yeah.
man.
Like, I went to my boss's wedding years and years ago, and he had this beautiful San Diego down by the bay, just with the water flowing and everyone sitting down in the green grass on the chairs with the white tents in the background and them saying their vows. And this absolute giga chad of a cargo ship is this ugly bastard right behind them, ruining the pictures. That thing took like 10 minutes to go by. It completely blotted out. Like, that 21 stories is from the engine room to the top of the tower. You know, there's a bridge tower at the top, but most of the bulk of it is just all the way up to the cargo deck. This thing is enormous.
What?
And we're on just like a sheer metal side of it, right? We just kind of pull up and like, how high is the nearest porthole to where we're at in the water line?
Roll perception. These things aren't really designed to use. Whatchamacallit? Portals.
Keep laughing every time I see this. The
Sure, the
four
microwaves
water
are really gonna come
weapons.
in.
Oh my god, what a roll.
Oh,
Wow.
Odd roll.
That's not bad.
you know,
God roll.
I took the ride out here to study drive sea vehicles. Sea vehicles. I've been learning a thing or two.
Solid. I'll send you folks. I'll just drop some. I'm not going to share it on stream because, you know, we don't have the rights to this stuff, but I'll just drop some information that you guys can pull from here. All right, so there is a large section on the side that is designed to haul things up. There are no portholes along the hull of the ship. It's designed to carry millions of tons of cargo. And but there's emergency like places to climb up, and with that enormous check, you notice a hole in the hull. HOLEHULO. And it's high enough up that you could probably grapple into it if you needed to.
The dimensions of this hole in the hole?
It's about 4 meters wide.
Oh.
You also notice that one of your other points of egress, you could either climb your way to the top deck using some like emergency ladders and stuff on the side and a little bit of luck. That would require you to go up the incline. It's listing slightly in the water. It's not like on its side. So you'd have to go up the incline side in order to climb up to the top. The hole in the hull is on the other side, so it's kind of tilting away from you. There also appears to be a loading bay down closer to the ground. It's heavily sealed up. You know, it's designed to be watertight, and it's at about the water level. But a ship like this often has some water, you know, running for buoyancy down in the bottom. And this looks like a place where smaller ships could disembark if necessary. It's sealed up tight, however. So you've got 3 primary points of entry.
Can I ask the Reverend Father? God? What what would he advise in this circumstance? Where should we embark? Or embark, board? Where do we board from? What is the best course of action here, given all the information that we have?
I mean, Father Graceland doesn't have a whole lot of information about what it is particularly that you're going after, except that you name dropped Arasaka a while ago. So it's sort of a, you know, I'm in charge of transportation. The rest of this, you know, good luck on that. If you can enter that hole, was caused by something, but who knows how long ago that happened. And it's probably not an intended access point. So if you go up on the deck, you'll have a lot of options in terms of where to go from there. If you go into that hole, you might be able to circumvent security, possibly. If you go through that loading bay, you'll have to figure out some way to open it up.
Would it be possible for me to use my binoculars to see maybe like what's or like obviously not inside of the hole, but like what is that sounds hot. But like maybe like what's around it, like around the entranceway, you know? Like would that be a possibility?
Absolutely. Make a perception check with those binocs.
Let's do that. Okay. Perception check incoming. 14. All right,
Okay.
guys.
Does this boat have any flares that we could chuck in there? Get a better view.
Oh yeah, your boat almost certainly comes with some flares installed. That makes total sense.
Hmm. Natalie waves one around, but then hands it to Jonah. Historically more accurate. And she's gonna say, "You think there's anything flammable in there? We could chuck this inside. And if nobody stops her or Jonah, that's what's gonna happen."
Yeah, I say go for it. What's the worst thing that could happen? It blows up. Then
There's
we
oil.
just go back and we leave this godforsaken ocean.
There are
Mission
oil spills
accomplished.
everywhere.
Oh yeah. Do it anyway.
I like the cut of your jib. All right, so Monarch, as you look up there, you see there's a hole. It's blown outwards, so whatever the explosion definitely occurred inside the hole. It was not like a bomb impacting the outside of the hole. It went from the outside. Some of the edges, it's heavily corroded from years of exposure to the salt water and the sea air, so it's not a recent explosion. And you see signs of machinery inside. If you had to take a guess, you'd say it's not an engine room, but maybe some sort of maintenance bay. It's definitely not a cargo hole. It's not just, you know, a hold for holding stuff. It's got some sort of maintenance function.
Interesting.
We could fire the microwave gun at it.
No, but I do like the idea of just. I think maybe we take this the hole. If it looks like a maintenance bay, which means that whatever is there might actually be an opportunity for Jerax to find a spot to jack in, or we can clear out any of the tech that may be there. Like we could potentially get some kind of control or an idea of what is capable with this ship. It actually isn't a bad idea to take a trip into the maintenance bay, but that's just me. That's what I think. I don't know.
I quite like that idea. I'm down for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
How would you like to approach? You're just gonna grapple up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
think we'll just grapple in.
Yeah,
We'll ring the
badass
front
way.
doorbell.
What's the worst that could happen?
Explosion,
all four
course
go
from the
once?
inside outwards. We notice killer robots, experimental Arasaka technology. Nah, that can't go wrong. It can't go wrong.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Grapple team.
Are
You
we
guys-
certain
Go ahead.
the Reverend's not gonna leave us? Father Graceland?
Yeah,
Am I
he's not gonna
like,
leave you.
Can we
Nomads-
grapple in unison?
You can. It will look extremely cool. Everybody roll
Thank
just 1d10 plus your
Oh.
cool to see how cool it looks.
Nice. Where's my cool?
On a scale of from Star Wars: The Phantom Menace to Mission Impossible. That's how we're gonna rank this grapple gun scene.
What am I rolling again? Sorry.
You calculate 1d10 plus your cool.
Oh, God.
I mean, how is everyone's cool so high?
Jim, roll another d10 and subtract it from your roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, 1d10 plus 8.
Why is everyone so cool? You are a boomer.
Shut up.
I got a 6 overall.
I had an alcoholic beverage. Okay.
Okay. What, before the mission?
Yeah, no, I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to go.
Imagine working dry. Imagine.
It's not me.
As soon as we get on the sea.
Booger gave me a few good ones, you know, and he was like, "Vaya con Dios." And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
Pero claro. Oh, okay, Jonah. Let's relax here for a minute.
Oh my God!
All right, Rachel.
That's absurd.
Why is Jonah so cool, and what does it look like when he goes in? Narrate this for me.
So we're all kind of like lining up and we're psyching ourselves up that we're gonna look so awesome. And Jonah like waits like half a beat for that Mario like part like takeoff where we're all like, yo! And we're kind of being idiots up there. And in just that half beat, he kind of like finds the perfect thing to latch onto, shoots it, flies past up because he's like running. So he shoots past us, and then when he hits the end, he kind of like woo, like spins around and then like comes to land and then like sucks up the gun again and then just kind of walks away without even like looking back at us. And yeah.
He's not that
Legendary.
cool. He's not that cool.
Hope
Upselling
those
the
sound
Monarch
effects
at
were
every time.
descriptive.
No, I think they make sense. I think the sound effects definitely work. Okay.
What's important is we're all on the top of the boat, right?
Can you all see?
I can see
Oh
something.
God.
Okay.
Yes.
You land inside the desiccated vessel. You hear creaking, groaning metal. The sounds of the ocean are strangely distant, far away, further than the scant, 10 meters, 30 meters that you just zipped up the side of this old vessel. You can hear the ship creaking, sort of settling in on itself, the wind blowing eerily through the hole in the side of the boat. It is damp in here. Every surface is slick with salt water. Rust eats its way through the floor and through every piece of visible machinery. It is completely dark, aside from the light pouring in from the hole outside. It looks utterly empty. It feels vast and hollow and alien. What would you like to do?
Okay. First things first. Gonna look for some sort of auxiliary power output to try and get some lights on.
Okay.
We're in a maintenance room. I figured there's gonna be something around here. So that's what I'm gonna look for.
All right. What's your vision like right now, Jerax?
I can see. I mean, I've got one cyber eye. I don't think it helps though, does it? Do I need like the night vision DLC to be able to see more?
Yes, you do. I'm gonna test something here real quick.
But I can see essentially what is coming from the hole.
All right.
Which is actually quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the stuff next to it that I can't really see too well.
Yeah, there's a control. There's appears to be, aside from machinery, it looks like this right here is a repair bay of some sort for doing maintenance on. You can crawl underneath there to get underneath large pieces of equipment. You've got storage containers on either side, still bolted to the floor after all these years, still locked, though their hinges have gone rusty over the ages. If you move deeper into the room, you should be able to explore more of your surroundings. There's no auxiliary power of any kind in your immediate vicinity.
Can we freely walk around?
Yeah, Jerax, as you walk across, you see a sealed off room right here.
Ah.
There's a large door, does not appear to be powered, but it does have slats in it, and through it you can see some server racks in cages and a control interface right here. I'm going to run through the rest of the group. Let's go with Monarch. What would you like to do?
I want to check out this area over here, like around this area. I'm gonna make my way over there because it looks like there's a door here. So I want to do a perception check just to see if it's like if it needs a passcode or if it is a door that you can just open as you walk close to it, like like one of those things. So
speaking of passcodes, you have 4 Arasaka Corporation ID available to you. RFID
Mhm.
chips, essentially, that identify you as Arasaka employees. You
have
have 4
5?
different identities. They can be cloned multiple times. There are 5 of you in this ship, and then when Frizz joins you next time, there will be 6 of you in this ship. Now, multiple people can have the same ID, but if any security systems are still operational, it depends on if it detects that person logging in more than once, what is it going to do? So I'd like each of you to just sort of say who has what ID code, and we'll just give them colors for the time being, little colored dots. One of them is Ichiro, and I have the rest of the names written somewhere else. But who's doubling up? Which 2 characters in your party are going to have to double up, or one person has to have no RFID chip?
I think Jonah and Natalie should have one.
Although then we
think.
can never enter the same door together.
Isn't it just if you get checked, right?
I'm
Totally
assuming
depends on how
Midgar
yeah,
secure
we don't know.
checkpoints.
We have no
That's a
idea.
good point. And if that's the case, we should think of 2 different teams and make sure we don't have overlaps within those teams. So if we say,
Well, we could do. I mean, we could do the classic like 3 little kids stood on top of each other equals 1 human being, and we could just have.
so what? If we get caught by a robot, we just kind of like stand in front of the person, and then we have to mirror their movements,
Yeah, yeah,
like through our silhouettes.
yeah. So
Well,
that the
obviously-
skeletons line up.
Yeah,
Natalie
so that
Portman
they
style?
think there's only one.
It should be somebody who has a similar profile to Jerax because he has ranks in acting, and that may come in handy for miming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who has the most similar profile to Jerax? Probably me, actually, isn't it? Because Monarch would be built. He'd be.
Yeah.
We
and
can we
so
can
would-
share a tag.
What are your body scores, Jerax and Jim
Oh.
Fingers?
Oh, good question. Mine is a 4.
Mine is a 5.
Okay. Is anyone else closer to a 5 on body?
I'm a 6.
I'm a 3.
Okay, so,
Jonah
yeah.
is a 6.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it is.
so it would be us 2.
Yeah.
I think we should share a tag, and if we get into some situation where a robot is threatening to kill us, our lives depend on my acting roles.
But,
You know
but that
what? I'm
means
fine
as
with
well.
that.
Means as well that I should lead and you're following because you're kind of. We need
Yeah.
your skills to mimic me.
Sure,
I must
yeah.
act natural.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Jerax, what's your skill for acting at right now?
It is
Pretty powerful,
1.
right?
I haven't put any points into it since I bought it,
Oh,
but
you
I
guys are
have
gonna
used it lots
die.
of times.
He keeps
I
blowing
mean-
points on silly things like melee weapons.
Yeah, I do have melee weapons now at level 3.
You're gonna
Yeah.
die.
Is it 40 XP to level up a skill to 2 if it's simple?
Oh, we
I
can
think
check
it
out the
is.
charts.
Should
Yeah,
be.
I'm checking the chart
If
right
you
now.
have the XP, you should level that.
It
up.
is. Okay, I'm going to get a level 2 in acting. I spend all of my experience over the last few days. I've been learning. I've been absorbing knowledge. The night markets have taught me new skills in the art of subterfuge as I, really mind melded with the crazy guy who hated robots. I learn a
method.
lot. Yeah, method acting. So I'm gonna use that
legit.
to improve my acting to 2.
I
And
also.
now,
Yeah.
go on. No, I was just gonna say now we're in a better situation. If our lives are on
Yeah.
the line because of my acting, we should be okay.
Well, guess what? Guess what as well? Today, I'm feeling lucky. I saved up 120 XP to upgrade my luck from a 1 to a 2. So I now.
Oh,
so I actually.
Dublin.
We now. I mean, I'm feeling good about us passing any kind of check. I'm a gambling man today, boys.
The stocks are up. The stocks are up.
True meathead energy. Just I'm going for everything.
okay. So which 2 of you have the same RFID tag?
I think me and Jim.
Okay, I'm gonna give you both the blue tag.
Yep.
Do we know anything specific about these people? Like, what I'm thinking is, are any of them potentially gonna get rejected? Are any of them higher security levels? Do we even have any of that information? I don't think we did.
You did research on this. They are all of roughly the same access level and permissions because
Okay, cool.
Kelly was able to extract all that and duplicate it and came to the conclusion that they're all in the same Active Directory security groups.
Right. All right.
There was one
Wonderful.
higher level class or something though? Or was there one that was like a higher rank or something?
I think they were all
recall
just
that.
volunteers.
Okay, because she said she was gonna double one of the lower rank ones or something. Okay.
All right, Jerax and Jim, you both have the blue code. I'm gonna give.
It's vital.
This will work.
This surely will work.
If you think about it, like our team, if it was a real story, would you believe it?
After
No.
last year, yeah.
That's the whole point of role playing in a fantasy game or like a
Sure,
you know,
but like
a-
if I'm talking like in the world of Cyberpunk, could you see a corpo, a solo, a fixer, a surgery ninja all coming together and
Look at
If
the
performing
somebody
the
tried to blow up their apartment, then yes.
the
Yeah.
feats that we have?
yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
this is Hollywood.
pretty normal, honestly.
Okay.
I think this probably
Lot of
happens every day.
neuromancer.
Yeah, I don't know who would. I think maybe the last one that we would clone when Miss Fizz comes in might be Jonah's, because I can't foresee them being in the same scene too often, maybe.
Okay, Monarch, as you cross the room back to the scene now that everyone's gotten their RFID tags, and when Kelly joins you, you'll be able to make that decision. Monarch, as you approach that door, it may have been automated at one point, but it is not right now. Remember, most of these ships were designed to be largely completely automated, as in they don't even need human access. The only reason that they have human access is for maintenance and emergencies. Otherwise, the whole thing is like a robotic factory. This door may have opened automatically once, but right now it doesn't seem to have any power. Let's check in with Natalie and Jonah. What would the two of you like to do in this room?
So is there anything that looks like a central computer terminal, or even like the central like super high tech wall of the ship that would like kind of run down the length of it? I basically want to walk up and press my ear to it and see if we can get any sense of any thrummings or coming to life or like even small electrical activity.
Okay, there appears to be a control room of some sort on the far side of the room. Other than that, it's sort of your prerogative where you want to do your listening.
Is it reasonable to kind of like press my ear to this wall? Because this is obviously not the other side of the ship already, right?
No,
Like a
no,
central wall.
definitely not. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Jonah's, whoever he is going to be near me. Keep an eye out. That's the one.
Roll a perception check as you lay your ear against the wall to see what you hear.
Oh god.
Critical failure. What is Jonah doing during this time?
Jonah would be following my lead, I would like to think.
All right, roll a
sees me as
perception
a
check
source
for
of-
Jonah.
Yeah, wisdom. I'm the ultimate example here. Let's see what he gets. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
just
God.
following in my footsteps.
Oh Lord.
Two of you
Whatever
say-
it is, we agree.
You think you can hear the ocean.
Ah. It's like one of those shells they always painted in those Disney movies. That's neat. I got nothing.
Are you muted?
Am I muted?
No, Oh, wait, now I can hear Joseph. Harry?
How is that?
There's something. Do I hear that? Do we all
Not
hear
anymore. Not anymore. But I mean, with that awful roll, it's probably nothing.
that? I guess it's
Was that
nothing.
just Natalie who could hear the distinct whispering of Harry over and over again?
When I thought I heard it, I would have been out loud like, "Is that real? What is that? Is it? Do you hear that, Jonah?"
Oh
But-
my god.
I guess not.
He pulls away from the metal wall as you're yelling right into it, and it sort of rings the sound. I'm not sure what I may or may not have just heard. Jim Fingers, what would you like to do?
Is it Jerax that was struggling with the door? I think it was.
Jerax
right?
is making
it
his way
Monarch?
to the control room on
just
the far
found it.
side,
Oh.
and the Monarch has discovered a door, but it is not opening because there is no power.
It's Monarch that I wanted to go over to. So I have a breaking and entering kit, and I mean, we need to get business sorted. I'm spooked by this place a little bit. Don't want to be here for too long. Let's get down to business. I go over. I'm going to try and break and enter through this door.
Okay. Is there a skill linked to that?
I'm not sure there really is, actually. It just says breaking and entering kit, and I don't know. I can't remember what I've used in the past. It might have been like athletics or something for the strength of it. I actually don't know what I used previously.
I'm inclined to say this is going to be based on tech, like a basic tech.
Yeah, basic
check
tech
of some
check.
sort.
It
makes the most sense to me.
Yep.
I'm going to look up the electronics security.
Oh yeah, electronics and security. I mean, it's a secure door. I'm down for that. That's better than my basic tech.
I'm inclined to say that should apply in this case. I'm gonna go with that for the time being.
All right, let's do it. 11. Come on, man.
Okay, it's gonna take
Use
you a
some of
little
that
bit
luck.
of working on it. As you do so, move yourself up to that door if you could.
Okay.
I would like you and the Monarch to both roll perception checks.
You got it. 19 and 29.
Okay. Monarch, you hear this faint whining sound. This sort of noise.
Well, I did have a sound like that happen this morning. I got out of bed. I was like, you know, talking about a fart, by the way, everybody. In case you guys haven't really caught on to that.
I was like, why? You heard some reeing?
No, it's more like it was like one of those where you squeeze it out, you know? It's like,
I thought you were being really rude and dismissive to Cynthia. Like saying that she was talking and it was like,
You wouldn't dare.
yeah, I know.
No. That's a different sound. That's like a that's what that is. That's different.
Wow.
That's different.
Okay,
She'll say, trust me. Oh, Lord.
Don't worry, we definitely won't clip that one, tweet it out, and add her. That's not
Oh, like you did during Valoranting?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No clue. Monarch, with that roll, you are aware of this faint whining, buzzing noise. And Jim, you see as you start working on this door, the floor is this grate beneath you, and little gnats start to fly up out of it. A whole bunch of gnats just rising from the depths of the ship. They're moving in sync with each other. They're not following normal gnat patterns at all. They're forming a cloud in your general vicinity.
Do we all see this? Only you guys with the crazy rolls?
Only they can see it. It's very fine, little bugs. And Monarch didn't even see it. Monarch just heard that noise.
So I hear the noise and I see them forming into a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Does it distinctly looks unnatural, like an unnatural movement of gnats?
Correct.
Do the individual gnats themselves look normal?
With a 29 perception on a critical success.
I actually get 31 as well for if I'm looking at them because of my cyber eyes.
Well, you're definitely looking at them. Roll a basic tech check for me, please. Don't worry, your huge earlier roll will come into account. These are drones. These are tiny drones. They have little molecularly sharp knives on them.
Jesus.
This is like a Black Mirror episode.
I mean, I was thinking it would be hard to prep for what was on the ship, but we thought it would be harpoonable, and this is not harpoonable. I would immediately sound the alarm. I would, guys, what? Hello? what the hell are these things? And I would start backing away from them. I want to put distance between me and the gnats.
Everyone roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
The warning
Monarch,
sound.
I rolled? Oh, I didn't know that I rolled.
Oh, I didn't click on my figure. I've ruined it all again.
That's a 50 DKP minus.
Oh, thank God Jonah rolled high.
What are the Nats gonna roll?
All right. Jonah, first off, Jim, because you absolutely nailed that, move up to your move speed.
Okay, what is my move? 4. That is not very large. What? The entire floor appears to be made of grates, but I assume they're not
Correct.
coming out of everywhere. Are they?
No, they are currently rising from your location.
So,
Although
slightly to the
You
south
hear
of me.
more. Yeah, you can hear more buzzing.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't really want to back myself into a corner, but at the same time, everything is grated. I guess I would walk towards the others. That seems like
Mm-hmm.
the logical thing to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd move 4 spaces to this side, I suppose.
All right. Now initiative begins. Jonah sees Jim yelling and running, but isn't exactly sure what he's running from.
Jonah would like to run towards danger because there's nothing he can see that looks dangerous, so he needs to get closer to investigate.
He's also extremely cool.
He's very cool. He's riding the high of that grapple jump.
He's got the
Jebediah.
microwave gun. We gave
Jonah's
him
gonna
the
rip the gooch
microwave
individually out of
gun.
each of these nano drones, and you're gonna be like, "My God, a masterclass!" Like,
A masterclass of gooch ripping. Put it on brain dance.
All right, if I want to go 6, trying to be real technical right about this. 6. Oh, you can only get there? Okay, Jonah.
No, it's 6 squares. It's not 6 meters.
Okay. So where is that? Like right about here? I don't want to count. I don't know how to tell you that I have no attention span. Perfect. Look it, I'm right here. Can he see what the issue is from there?
You can see a cloud of gnats, from which Jim appears to be backpedaling furiously.
Well, Jonah is a bodyguard by profession. I think what he would understand is when you have a cloud type enemy, you need a cloud type attack. But he remembers just recently he was handed this microwave gun, and it's his understanding that it's going to generally knock things out of the air. So I think he would like to use the microwave gun at the net.
Okay. Roll a handguns check. Jonah is currently at... He's going to be a 15 to hit, I believe.
God, Jonah's
Nice.
so good.
I don't like any of this.
All right. I'm going to say it doesn't have strict rules for what it does to robots, so roll 4d6 for starters. All right. As he fires it, these little... It's like those little firecrackers, those little poppers that you throw at the ground, and they just pop, 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 pop. All throughout the air, these things are going pop, 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 pop. And a whole cloud of them just sparks and explodes. The rest of them are veering in and out of control as the signal itself is disrupted. So, very well done. That is a... Let's see. Your rechargeable battery pack will need to be replaced after 8 shots.
Oh.
It'll need to, but it is rechargeable, and it takes a 1-hour charge.
I didn't realize it had a battery pack.
Yep.
Might be
Good, Jonah.
misreading that, but cool. Jonah is done. Jim, what would you like to do?
After seeing that the microwave gun is having an impact, how much of the cloud is remaining, and am I able to discern any other groups appearing from other areas?
It is significantly diminished, vastly diminished. However, you hear more of the same buzzing. Numerous more clouds are erupting from below.
From the exact same point, or from different areas of the room?
Different areas of the room, but all in close proximity to you.
Right, well, what I'm thinking at the moment is we can sit and we can fight them, or we can get the hell out of here. And I am, after seeing that the microwave gun was extremely efficient, I'm not as scared anymore. So instead of being in panic mode, I'm now in exit mode. And I'm going to go towards the door, and I'm going to try and open the door again.
All right, what's your move speed? 4?
4. I don't know whether I can make it, actually. No, not quite. I guess I'll be able to next turn. Well, I suppose if I have a free action, I would describe to everybody at least that they were drones. I would like explain to people at this point, like the initial shock has worn off a little bit, and I can talk again. And I'm like, oh God, Jesus Christ, thank you, Jonah. There's more of them coming. There's more of them. They're tiny little drones. They're like little, I don't know. They got knives for noses. They're gonna needle us all to death. Just make sure I'm covered. I'll try and open this door up, and I'll also activate my communications jammer to see if that has any effect on them, like receiving instructions or anything. Anyway, even if it doesn't, it's useful to have it active.
All right, so your action is to fire that up, and you describe the situation to everyone else.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, it will be Jerax's turn. And Jerax, before you go, I'm going to let you know, you hear buzzing almost directly beneath your feet as another swarm of these air drones starts to rise through the grate that you're standing on. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.